The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
Set, go 20! 98
to Mike. To run.
Set!
198. Watch
11.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Check 50.
Omaha, ready to move.
49. Check 49.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
22!
First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
22! Hey, Haywood!
From the 44, Stafford. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Hey, Red! Hey, Foxtrot!
Rabbit.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's got his man on the out route. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Here's a give to Lindsay running right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Watch a slant.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
Point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 39, Rodgers. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon. And that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Kill, kill, kill.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Boswell has this one going left, no good. He missed it left, and this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Set. Blue 60.
56. It's a party now. It's a party now.
50.
Check. Kill.
Middle.
Hey, turn it up.
On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford trying to lay one up deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A huge play there for Denver. 52 yards.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
4 down. Shoot.
Alert.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
Set. Go 20. Hurry. Look at him.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hey, 54. Hey, Steve 6.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Check safety. Alert. Out.
Hey, easy.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point through the Snowflakes. Make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, 88.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Rodgers. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 30 big ones. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 25-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jarrell Casey never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Washington. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38.
Monday. Hey, Zoo.
Watch 98.
On first and 10, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Here's Lindsey. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
36.
Hey, exit.
To throw on third down. Stafford looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Now it's Crowder. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And that is no good. Oh, he hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Stafford going down the middle, and it's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And no run back here. Out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clean.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Stafford. It's complete to Fuller. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Zebra, bravo.
To throw is Stafford. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a first down throw. Stafford going for it all. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage. Especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers now throwing again. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Now they try the right side here. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
He's checking. Jan 300. Jan 300. Jump out. Right now. You got 58.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. This is Johnson. He's got it. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
Mike, check, 59. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Able to find Switzer. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Rush in. Check General West.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another. Now their task is even tougher.
Here we go. 5-0. Get on.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Another run by Lindsey. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Lady!
98's the mic.
He don't know no better.
On 3rd down, Stafford. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Set! Lady! Alert!
Stafford on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. T.J. Watt. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And McManus able to put it through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that wide further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Rodgers now to throw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers on the catch. It's Crowder. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talks about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. So the Steelers with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check 9, check 9. Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're going to do that.
Rodgers to throw for it on. He finds his target. It's Crowder. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Johnson the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Back north.
Mike 5-9. Mike 5-9.
Screen again.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Duke Dawson picks it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.